Shannon Sheaf, a Senior Director of Client Success at CampusWorks. One of the most powerful experiences for me at CampusWorks is our Student Experience Workshop. And this is where we start to understand where our college and university clients, where they see that there's barriers for students. And then what would the ideal student experience look like after we go through our process reimagine and redesign process. We had a really unique experience with one of our community colleges where we said, hey, we have 70 or 80 people in this room. Let's go through the student experience from inquiry to graduation. And everyone is a step in that process and or a piece of technology that the student interacts with as they go through that process. Because what this school was looking for was, they knew that students were dropping out of different places in their admissions and enrollment because they were getting stuck in technology. That's a lot of steps, that's a lot of pieces of technology. And in doing that live enactment, we really got to see that there's multiple points where a student could fall out. And then they took the time to dissect that and say, okay, we know what this looks like, we know we lose students, so how do we design an experience that keeps students engaged through the admissions process, keeps them at school, and gets them either graduated and or transferred to the four-year school that they're looking for. The outcomes of our student experience workshops are a student experience statement. And typically that's a paragraph. In this institution's case, it was a series of bullet points to really drive home what they were looking for. And their main sticking point was they wanted students to feel at home and a sense of belonging. And to do that, you really have to marry the people and technology, and they understood that very well. Because you can't feel at home with just a piece of technology, right? Our students sometimes feel at home with social media, but that doesn't create a sense of belonging in a community at a college. So in order to start marrying those two experiences, they wanted to ensure that their staff was trained, and they had a central location where students could reach out when they got stuck in technology. It's not possible for everyone to know how to use all of those pieces of technology, but if there was a central location where students could call, not just an IT help desk, but where they could actually have someone help walk them through how to use that technology and get them to the end point so that they could go to the next step. And the last piece, which made a lot of sense to me, my background is financial aid, and we joke that the answer to every question in financial aid is, it depends. And this college wanted to reduce the answer, it depends, so that students actually got an answer. They didn't get 6 forks in the road and which one to take, without getting guidance on which path was best for them. So very powerful experience for that college and a very powerful experience for our team. In my role as Senior Director, my favorite part of working with clients is meeting new people and building relationships that are meaningful. Creating those lifelong connections, people you want to stay in touch with for the rest of your career and sometimes the rest of your life. We not only build relationships, we build friendships. And that's what's really important to me. And secondary to that is that I know that every day, not only do we make lives better for staff at colleges and universities, but we're impacting the lives of students.